fourth hour of Newsfeed. Hello and thank you for staying with us. I'm Tlantla Sihume. We start here, where Congolese people living in South Africa have given their input into what they think is fueling the war in the DRC. This comes as South Africa sent troops to the Central African country as part of a peacekeeping force, resulting in the deaths of 2 soldiers this week. The Congolese living here, many of whom fled to South Africa for their own safety, say the political intolerance and disregard for democratic values in that country are some of the factors contributing to the prolonged conflict. More than 140,000 children have been displaced in the DRC, with just over 1 million civilians pushed out of their homes by the persistent fighting between government and the M23 rebels. My colleague Zinikom Mhlaba has this report.
African leaders spent this weekend tackling various issues and topical challenges faced by African states. And one of those conversations the AU leaders tackled was the matter and the situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo. As you will know, that the M23 has resurrected and also started attacking the eastern side of the DRC. We are speaking to South Africans and also Congolese nationals who are based in South Africa just to get a sense of how the situation is and how are they viewing this problem in the DRC and what is it that needs to be done in order to ensure that the war in Congo is brought to an end. I'm joined now by Mr. Kadulondi, who's based here in South Africa but very informed about African politics, but also descended from the DRC. He's here in South Africa now. Let's get a sense of how he's seeing the situation in DRC. Sir, thank you very much for your time. Give us maybe insights on what are the core issues in the DRC, especially at a political level, especially when you consider the running of the country, the political players there. Do you think the political playing ground there, to some extent, it does, create a conducive environment for this ongoing war?
Thank you very much for the opportunity that you give me. Well, as you have just rightly and pertinently really pointed it out, there's a relationship or a connection of causality between the lack of national cohesion and also the issue of the contradictions that we observe in the Congo in terms of how democracy or democratization process has regressed, violation of constitutional democracy and oppressions, because as you know right now there are many journalists, your colleague like Mr. Sanis Boujakera of Jeune Afrique, who's incarcerated. There's no strong evidence against him. There's Mr. Salomon Kalonda of former governor and presidential candidate Moïse Katumbi's party. Salomon Kalonda is in prison. There was even an assassination on Mr. Cherubin Okende. There are so many other Congolese who are languishing in prison. So the internal contradictions of the Congolese political system, political arena, reflect on the vulnerability that we observe as the mayhem or the tragedy of M23. In fact, M23 that has been absorbed in a larger political coalition called Alliance Fleuve Congo, which is led by former president of the Congolese National Independent Commission, Mr. Corneille Nangaa. So there is a relationship between the contradictions in terms of authoritarian drift and the situation of the war that is occurring in the Congo and creating a lot of strife with regard to the population.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
Those are the sentiments and insights coming all the way from Congolese nationals who are based here in South Africa, but also experts with some insightful knowledge about the processes and how things are unfolding in the Democratic Republic of Congo. As we said earlier on, that the African leaders spent the 2 days of their particular extraordinary or ordinary meeting that is discussing many other topical issues affecting the African continent, and of course the DRC was part of that agenda. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Zinikom Mhlaba in Johannesburg.